Yes, I've driven up the M1 to Hertfordshire, which is truly beautiful, and even before I go into this house, I just know it's going to be special. Just look at this fantastic barbecue area. There's room for plenty, and it's very continental. Now, we all know that at the best parties, everybody usually ends up in the kitchen. It's crowded, but cosy. But on the other hand, could you imagine the kind of parties you could have in here?
You're putting me in overdrive.
And what fabulous design with both ends shaped like the prow of a boat. And I've had a little count up, and I reckon that you could sit 20 around here. I suppose that you could call this area the centre stage, so perhaps the person we're looking for is a bit of a performer. I could just imagine knives flashing and gourmet delights appearing as if by magic. But just how much food do they prepare here? And honestly, how many ladles do you need? And what can you create with strawberry vodka? The mother of all hangovers, I imagine. This is a nice touch, a wood fire burning in the corner, and something Spanish. Don Quixote and his faithful manservant. Have I got you tilting at windmills yet? I adore this clock. It's very French, originates from Paris, but there's a very southern French influence about it. Now, I have to say that this person, like me, is a bit of a keep fit fanatic. Now, I know how to use all these machines, and I can cycle for like hours on end, days even on the bike, and go diving, and I have to say that I am a demon with a punch bag. Actually, it really hurts. Now, this house dates back to the 14th century, and you can tell this by the low beams and doorways. So this is the dining room. Look at these candlesticks, very dramatic. Now, if you can fit 20 people around the kitchen table, then I imagine that this would be used for a more intimate gathering. Let's bang the gong and see who's coming for dinner. Dinner served. Little old me, my mate. So let's take a look at the clues again. The continental touch, the Parisian timepiece, and the dinner gong. Who lives in a house like this? David, it's over to you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Lisa. And now for our home and studio audience, here's whose house it is. Bill, you're leading us off now.
Am I? Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, it's an intriguing house. I mean, I was rather worried about that indoor gym, because to be honest, it looked a bit more like a torture chamber to me. Did I see chains and leatherware, or was it just my imagination? I'm not sure. But there we are. Obviously, whoever it is likes to keep fit, and there's very big food factor going on. Yes.
A very big food factor. Deborah.
Yes, there is food everywhere, but I was intrigued also by the boat, and wondering if that had anything to do with anything. Obviously, there's a Mediterranean feel to the house, which leads me to wonder if this person is British, or whether they are indeed somebody from the south of Europe.
Yep, well, that's spot on.
Gosh. Would that somebody be Spanish? No.
No. No, I think not.
Right, okay. Definitely continental. Riviera, southern France, maybe.
I think the Francais is correct.
It has to be a man, though. Because even though the kitchen's really beautiful and
It's
a
masculine.
party place and it is masculine, there's kind of no frills.
No, it's not frilly at all, is it?
I was intrigued by the art in the dining room. It was very, well, it, very
on
modern,
with an
but it
air
was,
gun.
well, it was,
Splatty.
yes, it was just, yes, to give it its high technical term, splatty art on the wall. But I don't know if that's a clearer thing. I was thinking, the gong. What's going on with the gong? Why is there? I mean, obviously, is that?
Now, why might there be a gong? If you can get to the secret of that mystery, that will help.
Why might there be a
Because
gong?
there should be a muscly man, shouldn't there, at the beginning of a film?
J. Arthur.
Like J. Arthur Rank presents.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the gym's for.
Why might there be a gong?
A restaurant.
Nearly.
So who has a restaurant in their home?
So if you're teaching people,
So this is.
that's my gift to you.
You're very kind.
Oh, yes.
This is then a man who's clearly sort of young to middle age, because they're very fit, keen on fitness, very into cooking, a training chef of some kind.
Isn't that really handsome French TV cook?
Yes.
Yes.
Dark hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many handsome
He's
TV chefs?
very
are
handsome.
French?
Oh, he's behind there,
French.
so I must mustn't go too over the top there. Michel. Something Jean-Michel Jarre. Somebody else.
Not Jean-Michel Jarre, but you've got one word there. You've got the Jean.
Jean.
Quite
You
lovely.
can get there. I know you
Jean.
can get there.
Come on, Debbie. Come on.
Claude, Jean-Christophe.
Yes.
I guess Jean-Christophe.
Jean-Christophe. Now,
Jean-Christophe.
Jean-Christophe.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L,
L,
N.
Jean-Christophe.
Jean-Christophe.
You have to have it there.
Jean-
You don't be kicking yourself again.
His name, and you'll kick yourself when I tell you. Jean-Christophe Novelli. So will you come through the keyhole, Jean-Christophe Novelli? Now, the last time you were here, back in the 90s, which was a great pleasure, and you look exactly the same today, exactly the same. And at that time, you had four restaurants in London, I think. And then you lost everything, and now you've bounced back, which is great. How long did it take to do that?
Well, I think when we first met, I used to have 7 places in one go, and I think the tragedy is the fact that I was self-financed myself, which basically had no money. Therefore, I was very lucky to strike with the first one, and immediately, I actually bought another place, and so on, non-stop up to the number 7. And I think I should have probably. It's funny because we talk about the past, and for me, it's finished, and you just move on in life. And I think the great thing is, I don't regret the time where obviously I end up losing everything, because I think you learn in that situation. I know it's expensive, but you learn about yourself, and also many different tricks in the business.
And that house, as we could tell, I guess, and Lisa was saying, I mean, is 14th century based?
That's right, yeah.
14th.
It is, yeah. There is 2 parts. The part that you came to film was 18th century, which was originally the barn. And the other part is 14th century. And you can see, when I was very fortunate to buy this property, I was given some pictures from, 200 years ago. And I felt very privileged to be one of those people living with the same legacy, the same respect, and the same joie de vivre.
And I read somewhere that, I mean, already the Academy is seen as one of the 25 greatest academies in cooking in the world.
Thank you.
Not just
It
in
is.
Britain, but in the world.
It is, yeah. It was awarded after 3 months of opening, and this was 2 years ago. And I've actually injected a lot more money to expand it. Therefore, now people can come to me and learn hands-on, which is very important, all the tricks and all the tip of the business. And it's very honest. It's like a show, but it's also very lucrative. A lot of ideas, and people spend, nearly a day with me. I do 98% of the show by myself. In fact, we've been recognized as one of the most entertaining cookery schools in Britain, with a mark of 9 out of 10, which is a compliment. Because on the end of the day, cooking for me is fun. It's a pleasure. It should not be a necessity, or, it should not be a pain. It should be a pleasure to eat and using your 5 senses.
And in terms of the people who come, are they, in general, members of the public who want to cook better, or are they young chefs, young professionals who want to do their job better, or are they both?
It's a mixture of different programs, and I accept everybody through my front doors. Anybody who just purely want to share the excitement and the passion of cooking, and therefore we don't actually we do not treat people the way they according to the knowledge. What we do is I write some fantastic programs. It's like a piece of music basically, or a play, and I make sure that I can combine everybody, if they wish to or not, under the same roof, under the same program. And as I said, it's a combination of many different elements, which is obviously to learn all the tricks from cooking. There's a lot of anecdotes from my last 30 years of experience, and there is some. There is things that I love to improvise, because I also keep a bit of a time for anybody which I also meet, which is very important that I can give them something at the last minute. And for me, it's important you can improvise anything. And as I said, by the time I finish with them, they end up with a fabulous memory.
Well, it's a great story, and we
Thank you.
congratulate you on your second career, 2 great careers, and this is a key to say congratulations. Great to see you back here again, and here's to the next time.
Thank you, sir.
Jean-Christophe Nobelit. Thanks to Jean.